Hi, I'm Mohamin. My group members Clarence, Eong, Oscar, Ajay and I will be talking about post-truth and fake news of health issues in Singapore. Now, I'll be talking about the credibility of information and will be analysing Source 1, which talks about Singapore experiencing a new COVID-19 wave and how more people are expected to fall sick in the coming weeks, which was said by Health Minister Ong Ye Kung. The reason this source is credible is because it is from CNA, a trusted news channel around Singapore, and that it was said by the Health Minister himself. When comparing this article with the same from Mothership, the content is identical. Also, since it was posted on the 6th of October this year, the article is still valid as it is within 5 years. To summarize this article, it is about the Health Minister talking about the rise of COVID-19 cases in Singapore. Even though there has been a rise in the cases, he has no plans for any restrictions. Lastly, he also warns about lowering our guard and tells us to protect ourselves with the vaccinations.
Hi, I'm Clarence, and now I'll be talking about analysing Source 2. The title of this source is Singapore Authorises Updated Moderna COVID-19 Vaccine Targeting Newer Omicron Subvariants. The source of this article is from CNA, which means that the news is coming from a reputable news channel, and they also quoted from the Singapore's Health Minister, which means that it is most likely true. One way to figure out whether this article was true or not is by comparing this article with the same from Straits Times. And after comparing the articles, we found a lot of similarities from both sources, as well as both of them quoting Singapore's Health Minister. The article was posted quite recently on the 13th of October 2023, which was less than 5 years ago. So by adding up the fact that the news is coming from two reputable news channels and having multiple similarities as well as the article being quite recent, we can conclude that the news article is most likely to be real. To summarize the article, it is about Singapore authorizing the updated vaccine to target newer Omicron subvariants. The Health Minister, Mr. Ong Ye Kung, said that Singapore is experiencing new COVID-19 waves, with more people expected to fall sick and be hospitalized in the coming weeks. Now we'll be talking about analysing Source 3. The title of this source is Speculation Linking Singapore Sports School Students' Death with COVID-19 Vaccine Untrue. The source of this article is from CNA, which means that the news is coming from a reputable news channel. One way to figure out whether this article was true or not is by comparing this article with the same one from Yahoo News. And after comparing the articles, we found that they are stating the same as CNA, as they both stated how MOH, the Minister of Health, claimed that COVID-19 vaccination was not linked to the death of the student. The article was posted quite recently as well, on the 14th of October 2023. So by adding up both the facts that the news is from two reputable news channels and having similarities as well as being posted quite recently, we can conclude that the news article is most likely to be real. To summarize the article states that the MOH claims that the COVID-19 vaccination was not the cause of the student's death, as he had received the last dose of the vaccination more than 18 months ago. The article then talks about what led to the death of the student, which was cardiac arrest. I will now pass the next slides over to Eong.
Now I will be talking about Stakeholder 1. The Health Minister is a key stakeholder in the healthcare industry, faces challenges due to misinformation linking COVID-19 vaccines to death and implying a lack of care for the public. Such false claims threaten public trust in the minister, potentially leading to vaccine hesitancy and increased COVID-19 outbreaks. If interventions are implemented, this misinformation could sow public distress, erode confidence in the healthcare system, and drive people to seek alternative healthcare sources, exacerbating COVID-19 outbreaks. Moving on to the second stakeholder, the Ministry of Health. The Minister of Health oversees the Singapore vaccine updates and distribution. Misinformation about severe vaccine side effects and a child's death attributed related to the COVID-19 vaccine creates fear, discouraging vaccine uptakes. This false news generates confusion and fear, dissuading people from taking the potentially beneficial vaccine. Without intervention, this misinformation could damage Singapore's reputation, leading to public criticism of ministers and potential difficulties in international collaborations.
So now I'll be talking about the stakeholder tree. The Ministry of Health is considered the stakeholder due to the potential impact of false news regarding the students' death, falsely attributed to incomplete vaccination on their operation. This misinformation could wrongly implicate the MOH, diverting the blame from the actual cause, irresponsibility of a Singapore sports school's teacher. This misinformation might lead people to fault MOH for not encouraging complete vaccination, tarnishing their reputation. Next, I would like to talk about the problem. The Minister of Health emphasized the importance of staying vigilant against COVID-19. Despite not planning to enforce stricter social measures, vaccine side effects are exaggerated, potentially impacting people's willingness to get vaccinated. Misinformation falsely links the boy's death to the COVID-19 vaccine, but accurate details reveals his passing resulted from cardiac arrest due to a pre-existing congenital condition, not the vaccine.
Hello guys, I'm Aji, and lastly I will be talking about the solutions. The school or relevant authorities should issue official statements to provide accurate information about the incident, cause of death, and actions being taken, which helps in dispelling false rumors. Additionally, whilst the supporting fact-checking organizations or websites can verify false information and encourage people to use the resources. We will create an infographics poster to include a call in action in the infographic encouraging viewers to fact-check information, use reliable sources, and promote responsible sharing of viewings. Creating an infographic poster about fake news serves as an effective educational and awareness tool, helping individuals become more informed, critical, and responsible consumers of news and information. So below you can see our prototype, which is like an infographics poster, the front page and the back page. This poster was made to prevent people from falling for fake news. And with that, thank you for listening to our presentation.